welcome to the Provo City Library podcast. I'm Erika Hill. I'm the Community Relations Manager.
I'm Carla Gordon. I'm the Library Director.
And today we're here with Caroline Macfarlane, not a stranger to this podcast.
No.
Though, first time solo guesting.
Yes, and this
right?
is like a longer form.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
You get to hear from Caroline for more than 3 books worth of things.
Which is the dream, honestly.
Yeah. I was about to say, for more than just book recommendations, except guess what? Today we're talking all about personalized reading recommendations.
We can never stop with book recommendations. We love it.
Never.
Always
I mean, my children would like every episode we do to be only book recommendations.
Well, sure.
I don't even think of them. I know that they look for that, but when I pick a book to recommend, I don't even think that your children are listening.
Do you know what? It's so funny though, because I mean, I don't think about it either that much. But like we went and saw Project Hail Mary a couple weeks ago and my boys were like, "Oh, Mom, you like that book. You've talked about that on your
Nice.
podcast." Okay, yeah.
They're paying attention.
Anyway,
That's good.
personalized reading recommendations are a service we offer. Who would like to explain personalized reading recommendations?
I will, because Caroline has other interesting things to say that I might not have to say, but I can do this. So it is a form on our website. You go to our website, you fill out the form, and it asks questions like, what kind of books are you looking for? What's your age? What are you not looking for? How many books would you like us to recommend? Kind of ask questions like that. And then you submit it, and it is given to a librarian, and they, within about a week, will send you a personalized list.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what I like about it. Is it gives me a chance to think. Like when you come up to the desk and you ask me for a recommendation, like I am on the spot and I'm thinking as quick as possible, like what fits this, what fits this. But with a personalized reading recommendation, because I have it in writing, I can take a couple days, like I can really think it out and what would be the best. So I feel like my better recommendations are through the form, though sometimes I do a decent in-person, on-demand recommendation too.
Yeah.
But the personalized ones, I like being able to think about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that completely. I think it's also nice, like, I don't know, if you've been to the children's library during story time, it can be a little crazy. And sometimes we get parents who come then and they say, hey, I need a book to help my reluctant 5th grader just fall in love with reading. And it's like, now is not a time where I can really like dig into that. We can ask a lot of questions because it's kind of busy and we've got a lot going on. But if someone submits that form, it gives us extra time to really work through that, which is great. We love that.
It's great because then the librarian is like your book concierge, and they can even take it a step there. I think that there's a thing that you can check on there that says, please put these books on hold for me.
Yep.
So really, you don't even have to like do anything. You can just submit it and then wait for a holds notification text.
And request a format. So on some of them, when I've had, they like, I want this as an audiobook on Libby, then I can make sure that we have that available. Like the only recommendations I'll give are something you can have in that format. So it just is a way to just be way more personalized and just dive into exactly what it is, hopefully, that you want. And if you don't get what you want, you can't email back and say like, no.
You missed the mark.
You misinterpreted. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I said historical fiction, I did not mean World War II again.
Yeah.
And then you need to say, which is a good segue into the next thing, what kind of stuff helps us do a good personalized reading recommendation?
I think that one of the things that I think people miss is we love, if you tell us the things that you like to read or the things that you are looking for, that's really helpful. Like if you tell us, I love historical fiction, I love books that are character focused, I read The Correspondent, I want something else that's like epistolary with letters, like do you have things like that? That's really helpful. It's also really helpful to tell us what you don't like. I think people forget that talking about books you hate is also talking about books, and that's fine. And it's really helpful to also tell us, like, I love historical fiction. If I read another book set in France in World War II, I'm going to scream. And I won't recommend that to you. Like, I'll just know not to go there. And that's really, really helpful. Because I think so many people fill that out and kind of default to like, okay, here are good things and forget about others. And I've filled personalized reading recommendations before. And after I sent the list, I've gotten a response like, oh, well, we don't actually like romance in our fantasy. Do these have romance? And it's like, they do, because I didn't know. And you asked for YA female protagonist romance or fantasy. So they all have a romance. So I can find you something different if I knew. So yeah, that's helpful.
Absolutely. And it also, it just helps to cater. It's sort of like food allergies.
Yes.
If you know that people we're laughing because Caroline has a food allergy that she's kind of kept sort of, I'm not going to say you've kept it secret, but you don't publicize it.
We don't talk about it at a time.
And perhaps I just HIPAA violated you.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll forgive you.
But if you don't tell us that you're allergic to something, if you're allergic to YA romance, then we don't know not to.
Like, I would say I would like a good YA book without a love triangle. Because they drive me crazy.
Yeah.
But I think also a lot of times when we read things, and I think we're like this with a lot of pieces of information in our life, but we just feel like everybody should feel the same way we feel. And I think that's one thing librarians learn really quickly is we just all have really different reading tolerances, reading things we love, reading things we hate. I'll be like, that book was so good. Or I'll say, this book was terrible. And then Erika reads it and it's her favorite book of the year.
I love Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil.
And I couldn't get past halfway before.
Fair.
And that's okay.
But yeah, it's just, I think people in their minds, they just think, well, they'll know I don't want that kind of a thing. But
just tell
really,
us.
just say exactly, give us all of the likes and dislikes.
Yep.
Because it does really help us find the right thing.
And I think especially if you are like a parent filling it out for your child, you can also let us know what it's for. Like, is this a book report for school? Is there a page length that we have to hit? We've had people fill out personalized reading recommendations to do like homeschool groups or preschool co-ops. Tell us that. That's awesome to know. And that might tailor what we're picking for you as well. Yeah.
I know. Part of me is like, I have a nephew that was just born, and I'm making little sushi out of like crochet.
Cute.
Because why not? And I was like, wouldn't it be so great if I had a sushi board book or a sushi picture book to go along with this? So like, what's a sushi book that's a good read aloud? It's okay if you don't have a sushi one off the top of your head.
I don't know if I have one off the top of my head.
This is why we do personalized reading recommendations, because then she could go and
I
look
can
up
look it
sushi.
up. I can do some research.
Yeah.
And some things like might be on the first page when you search the catalog, and sometimes they don't because our search catalog pulls up weird things.
Yeah.
You search for wizard, it gives you lizard.
Right.
Every once in a while it goes a little bit weird.
And sometimes I think as somebody who, I do a lot of my own searching, sometimes you don't know the things that actually like might be adjacent to that are gonna, so like I'm searching Amazon for sushi baby book and there's like one, but maybe there's a really good ramen one, you know, or something like that. I feel like a librarian will do that for you too. Like that they can help, like, okay, this isn't exactly what you're asking for, but this is very adjacent to it and might scratch that itch better than this mediocre book that does have sushi.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. And I think that's important too, because sometimes we get requests and it's like, okay, I don't have enough books to really fill what you're asking for, but I can slip in some things that are similar. Some things seem like basic asks, like you'd think we would have more books about certain animals than we do. And then we go and we search and it's like, oh, we don't have a ton of books about lions, but I can help you find some lion picture books to kind of supplement. If I know that it's because you're doing it with a group of kids, we can supplement however. So all of those things are helpful if we know what you're looking for. Yeah.
What other questions did we have?
I think I'll add on also. One thing that's nice is when you get that email back from the librarians, they'll tell you the books they chose and they'll also give you some rationale of why they chose it. And that I think is really helpful because especially when there are those adjacent things, they might say, hey, I did this search. I really couldn't find as many books as you asked for. Here are some things that are similar. If I'm totally off base, respond to my email, I will help correct it. Like I'll find what you're really looking for. Librarians love to help people find books.
That is true.
It's like the most fun thing we do.
Because I feel like that's actually the reason that a lot of people get into working in the library.
Yeah.
It's not always what they experience on a day-to-day.
Right.
You know, I did a routine about the fact that, like, as a librarian, are you passionate about pushing in chairs or helping people troubleshoot print problems or identifying mysterious liquids? Like, these are all things. But really, most people got into it because they just love to talk about books.
Yeah, totally.
So, like, let us do the thing we love.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, the last few that I've had are personalized recommendations that I have done myself. They've asked for like just very random things. And I think sometimes people are like, oh, you want all of these things in one book. But I think it's so much more fun to be like, oh, you like fantasy. Here's a couple that I really like. And you also like nonfiction about, like, I like being able to give a couple of, I don't know, variety of things.
Yeah.
I love it when I hear that from people too, that they're reading a lot of different things and they like a lot of different things, because that's kind of how I read too. And it's just fun.
Yeah, and it's fun to like be able to like throw in a wild card too if people are open to it. Like, here's exactly what you asked for. Here's something you might like too. Yeah.
Can you think, either of you, of things you've recommended, like recommendation requests that you've gotten recently that were like really exciting or really challenging?
I'm trying to think. I think often the ones that feel more challenging are either we don't have the books or sometimes when we're on a time crunch. We love to fill things for holidays. If it's the week before a holiday, our options might be a little bit more scarce, especially if you're wanting things to pick up. So things like that can feel a little bit more challenging. I love when I get ones for things that I'm like interested in. And since I'm in children's, I mostly get ones for children's books, which is a lot of fun. But sometimes you can see like people's really niche interests. Like we've gotten ones, my kid wants comics and they like cats. Like I can do that. I have cat comics.
That is quite doable.
Pretty
actually.
doable and also kind of fun to be like, you asked for 5, here's 5, here's a couple bonus.
Yeah.
Put them on hold just in case. So things like that are fun. Yeah.
I like when people are like, I need a book recommendation. I'm like, no, you don't. You need more than one. Like,
yeah, you need like a few.
You might not like my first suggestion. You will definitely like one of these 4.
Right.
And so it's good to have. Yeah, someone. Yeah, you have to be careful when you ask me for book recommendations, because like people be, I'm going on vacation. I just need a few, and I'm like, a few. I will now send you 20 a text with 20 things. Good luck. Enjoy. But it's, yeah, you can't have too many recommendations. Can you?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Cool. I think we were going to kind of talk about, we said like what you don't like, but also publishing these days have a lot of different themes, and they're things that your kids or you may be ready for or may want to avoid. And we are so happy to take those considerations into effect as well. Erika said before, like, I don't know if he's better now, but like anything with violence in it.
Oh, like no
really,
blood. It's not violence.
It's
blood.
blood.
Oh my goodness. What happened? We're in the 7th Harry Potter book and he's doing fine. But then there's a moment when Ron splinches himself. It's okay. It's teleporting.
Cool.
Apparating. Sometimes if you do it wrong, you can accidentally miss parts of yourself.
Yeah.
And he loses 2 fingernails. And Felix ran from the room screaming, "It's my worst nightmare!"
That does seem pretty awful, honestly.
Yeah.
On the
That's why I
scale
didn't
of
read
things
that
that
book.
happen in those books.
What about your fingernails?
I mean, I've lost fingers.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. Apparently, I am not sensitive to lost fingernails. So when I fill out a personalized reading recommendation, I'll say I'm fine with missing fingernails.
Give him the
but
missing
please,
fingernails.
no. Oh, I don't know what I don't like.
Again, mine's love triangles. Just no love triangles.
I'm okay with
love
missing
triangles.
fingernails, but
For
no
sure.
love triangles.
It's a miscommunication trope for me. Like, can
I
you
agree.
just talk to each other,
Oh, I hate it.
please?
Yeah. Which is all of Harry Potter. Sorry, I won't go on that. But
Yeah, no, that's
fair.
That's
okay,
fair.
thank
Yeah,
you.
we'll give it.
They're starting to sort of recognize it. It's fine.
But yeah, like bringing it back around, if you don't like violence, tell us you don't like violence. And the personalized reading recommendation, it's a great like forum to do that because we get time, we can dig into book reviews, we can check a Goodreads review and see if people mention things like that.
Right.
And we can be like, oh, this didn't occur to me. I didn't remember this when I read it because I am not sensitive to missing fingernails.
Right.
But Felix reviewed it and I know.
Not Felix approved.
Right. So like, again, it's just a great forum to give us a little bit more time to do some extra digging if there's things that you know are going to be sensitive for you or your child. Yeah.
Yep. There's nothing more gratifying than when someone comes back and was like, I read that book that you recommended and it was amazing.
It's truly the best feeling in the world.
Fills your librarian cup of happiness.
Yes. Definitely.
Awesome.
I feel like I've got a great segue there to talking about just our own reading things, what we've liked recently. But is there anything else that we want to say about personalized reading recommendations?
I feel like we hit the most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just give us the information, even things you hate.
Yeah.
Tell us things you like. Tell us books you've read. Tell us things you hated.
And even your mood, because honestly,
Yeah.
my mood changes.
Oh, that's
I
true.
mean, when you're in like, the world is too much for me today, I would like a recommendation of just the coziest thing you can find.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what you probably always read, or maybe it is, but like letting us know.
I know so many people who, I mean, I read a lot of rom-coms and stuff, but I think that started in around 2020.
Weird.
And I know a lot of people whose reading habits dramatically changed when it felt like the world was falling apart. And it's like, you know what? I don't need a book to remind me that the world can be terrible. I need a book to remind me that the world can be great. I have other things to remind me the world can be terrible.
Right. Yeah. And it's okay to change your preferences. Like, you can fill out a personalized reading recommendation one day and say you want something super fluffy, cozy, and then another day you want something really, really scary. We won't track that because that would be weird. But also, we'll just fill what you ask. So, yeah.
We are so non-judgmental about
It's
what people want to read. As long as you're wanting to read,
We love it.
yeah, we're just happy people are reading.
Totally.
Yep.
So, do you want to hear about a book that you recommended that I really loved?
Yes.
I recently just read We All Live Here by Jojo Moyes. Carla recommended it at Best Books.
I did, because I really liked it.
Not on the podcast, but
Oh.
But yeah, if you attended the program, you recommended it there. And I put it on hold that night, and I got it a couple weeks later,
Uh-huh.
and it was excellent.
That's
It
great.
was super fun. It's a woman whose life is just really falling apart. Like, she's so much fun.
disaster.
Actually, this is the way that Carla pitched it. And so I'm just gonna do a similar thing. She's recently been divorced. Her husband was having an affair, and she's living in this aging house. I think the opening scene is her like having a plumber snake their toilet or something like that. Like, just, the worst thing. She's got a teenage daughter who's pretty moody. She's got a kind of weird 10-year-old. Her mom passed away 6 years ago. But when you pitched it, you're like, it's this very funny book. And I go, and it's funny because none of those things sound funny. And you know what? It's hilarious. And also dealing with a lot of hard things.
Yeah.
And it's very much a book that explores family, what it means to be family, who gets to be called family, because there's an estranged father that comes back, but there's a very present stepfather who's been there the whole time. There's like a new family with a new baby, and is that my sibling or not? There's someone trying to figure themselves out in their 40s, which was appealing to me as a 40-year-old woman. And it was hilarious and delightful. So
She's a good writer.
she is. We all live here. A diverse writer too.
Yeah.
Sometimes she just goes back and forth between contemporary and historical fiction.
Yeah, she does just really all over the board, I feel like. Yeah.
But she's great. So that's what I read recently.
Cool. Do you want to go next?
I recently read Beth is Dead, and I wish I could tell you the author right now, but it is escaped from my brain. It is a modern retelling of Little Women.
Oh,
that
about Beth?
begins with Beth's murder.
Gasp.
Gasp.
I
And
like
then
it.
her sisters are trying to figure out who killed her.
Uh-huh.
And it kind of has this like clever, like, it's not a true retelling, obviously. She's not murdered in the original novel.
Is she murdered by someone named Scarlet?
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
that would be good.
I would
Because it was
spoil
Scarlet Fever. I like that.
It was Scarlet Fever.
But it's like their dad wrote a novel about the four sisters, and it became like this bestseller. And it's like it's called Little Women, but it's obviously not Little Women because it's modern.
Mm-hmm.
But his book ends with Beth dying, and Beth isn't dead in real life, and this is just so upsetting to her. And then she's found murdered, and it's like, is someone trying to
Like,
recreate this novel about our family? And then all three sisters have these like big secrets they're trying to keep, and it kind of follows the same like archetypes. We've got Amy loves art and is kind of the party girl. Jo's a writer. Meg gets to go to Harvard, so if you've ever wanted more for Meg,
Yes.
she gets to be at
nice.
Harvard,
She
which
gets
is
to be
kind
at
of
Harvard,
cool.
not just a wife.
Not just a wife, but John
job.
Brooke is still there.
Good
So,
job.
yeah, I thought it was pretty fun. If you want like a thriller, I love Little Women, so I was a little worried, like,
It's not like a natural pairing.
right, like, is this going to be a fun murder mystery? It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I think it's probably targeted to YA readers, but you can read it up to adults easily. Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. I'm going to get
is
my
good.
Post-it because I have a
Get your
really
Post-it.
long
prepared.
title. This book I had on hold for a very long time. I was hoping to read it for last year's best books, and I just barely got it. So it was too late for all of that. But it's called Family of Spies. It's a World War II story of Nazi espionage, betrayal, and the secret history behind Pearl Harbor.
Oh.
And the author's name is Christine Kuehn. I can't read my writing.
Reading another World War II book, huh?
I know. But this one, so this is nonfiction.
Okay.
She, she knows her family's from Germany, but she kind of starts picking up on some weird vibes between everyone and discovers that her family were Nazi spies who helped the Japanese plan Pearl Harbor's attack.
Interesting.
And so,
Skeleton to find it in
That's
attic.
crazy.
I know. Yeah, and so she it takes her like many, many years. She's a reporter, but she kind of sees some things and then she's like, I don't know if I want to dig into that. And then finds out a little bit more. Is like, I definitely don't want to dig into that. But that just keeps kind of running into some things. And eventually she's just like, okay, I'm going to find out what this story is. I'm going to dig into it. And like her getting information from her father and not wanting to like traumatize the family beyond. Anyway, it was really, really interesting. She's such a good writer. The story is fascinating. And I didn't know a lot about what led up to Pearl Harbor and that there were a lot of espionage going on to make sure that attack went how Japan wanted it to go.
That makes complete sense, and I would not have thought about that at all.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It was so good. And it was on like a whole bunch of best lists. And like I said, I was trying to get to it and I just didn't. But there were reasons why it was on best lists. It was really, really fascinating.
Interesting.
So if we ever have like best books from previous years that we couldn't, this is too long a subtitle for a program. Best books of many years past that we didn't get to read because they were too popular.
Though this
Best Books
summer, Best Books Light is going to be a historical fiction. Well, historical, it's not historical fiction.
yeah,
and
history.
dig into history. So we're going to have
So there you
history,
go.
best lists of history books,
this will
fiction
be
and
on it.
nonfiction. It probably will be because
Yeah, it
I
sounds-
think it really, it deserves some attention because it was really, really good.
Okay.
Okay.
Love that.
Well, thanks for listening and watching. Fill out a personalized reading recommendation. Our librarians are so happy to help you anytime. It's their favorite thing. See you next time.